In this next tutorial, I'm going to be doing a zoom in transition. So starting right out, go to your first clip, press new, multi-layer, and add your first clip into the number 1 over here. Now you'll go into edit keyframes. Instead of messing with this and with this like I did in my last tutorials, we're going to be messing with the button that says size and this little slider here. So you'll start at the end because this is our starting transition. And for a zoom in, we're going to take this slider and we are going to zoom it in to however far we want it. I like doing like around like 170 most of the time. And then I'm going to press the box with a line through it. And I'm going to press custom graphs. If you don't use custom graphs, you can use this transition to start with, or this one. These two are probably the best. But I use custom graphs, so I'm going to go ahead and you can copy my graph however you would like. Well, not however you would like. You're going to want to copy this graph. But I'm not paying attention to what I'm saying half the time. The line being straight down here tells the clip not to move, and soon it'll get faster. So I think that's pretty good for a zoom in transition, so I'm going to click the back button, and I don't necessarily have to mirror, there's no reason to mirror the image, but I do because I'm weird. I'll go into the button that says color and press tracking blur. I have tracking blur starred, but if you want you can just search it. That's probably easier. But anyways, so for my zoom ins, for typical transitions, I use like this much tracking blur, but for my zoom ins, I tend to use a lot more because I think it looks neater. But that's the starting transition. To do the second half of the transition, you'll go into your next clip, press new, do multi-layer, press the number 1, and put your clip in, just like you did for the last time. Now you'll go into edit keyframes, and to start off, we're going to zoom the clip out. I'm going to go about 75. Actually, no, I'll do 70. I'll zoom it out about 70, and then I'm going to take the clip and drag this all the way to the end, and I'm going to put this back at 100. From this point, I'm going to go to the end, press the box, and if you did not do a custom graph, and let's say you use this graph, you're going to want to use this graph now. I used a custom graph, so I'm going to use a custom graph again. So instead of starting up here this time, I'm going to start down here. And I'm going to start by putting a point here, and you can make a similar graph to me, and you can just play around with it however you would like, obviously. And this is going to tell the thing to start immediately. It's going to make sure that it happens and then it slows down and it doesn't move whenever there's a straight line here. So that looks like. You'll go back and you'll mirror your clip and put your tracking blur on. I use, once again, a lot of tracking blur for this. Press create, done, and then that's what that looks like.